Yeah,
Make up your mind. It's good. It's good to
it's
choose in a good
because
way.
that's one of the first. Well, you probably everybody does it. If you get a demo, then make sure that the other music that's online and in a way is
Yeah,
connected to the demo you're sending. Because if you send me like a house song and then the rest of your SoundCloud is filled with I don't know breakbeat techno, it doesn't
yeah,
make sense and it doesn't come across the way it should be.
yeah. I see it in a different way. I'm like, if you send me demos, send me 20 tracks. you
Ah,
know, in a kind
I
of, I want to hear what you can do. If
yeah,
it's
but
20 tracks that sounds the same, I'd be like, eh. But if it's like, I can do techno, I can do hip hop, I can do that's also bad. But I want to
mm,
see like a big kind of story and the kind of weirdness. I don't
but
know.
there's like a couple of things that I really recommend to avoid when you share music with a label, and that's because I every once in a while I take time to listen to demos, and you can skip through it and hear quite soon if it's something or not. But then if you actually take the time to send some comments or feedback, then try to like sink it in
Yeah,
and do something with it, because most of the time if you send like
as
a
people in
friend
general.
some friendly feedback, then
Yeah,
within 10 minutes you have like, how about these songs? Then I'm like,
yeah,
no, it doesn't work like that. Then you should have sent me that song
yeah,
first, and not like it's not a never ending kind of lottery game.
yeah.
Just share the very
We
best
are
and
busy. I mean, although we're
the,
here and there are
well,
not a lot of people, and I wish there was more
it's
people
like
sharing and I was listening to
yeah.
everything.
But
But
do you always look for, like, if you listen to demos, do you? I always appreciate it if they get some kind of mutual friend or connection to do
yeah,
the intro, so it's higher on top of my to
yeah,
listen to list.
I
It
don't like.
depends.
I feel like people are selling me stuff all the time.
It's
Like with friends and whatever, they sell me stuff. We should hear this. I'm like, nah, I'm okay. But I like to dig. I like email digging.
mm,
Just like go and I hear something that has some potential. And like, oh, this could be amazing. And it is. You know,
yeah.
not all the time, but some of the time it's like, wow, that's great.
Mm,
It's like. I don't know. It's changed because the whole EP world is changed now and releasing a lot of music. And it's like, it's hard to keep up with releasing a lot of music. But
mm,
I think that the good stuff will always have place anyway,
yeah, that's
So
true.
it's like
And
I find,
that's basically why we started the collection series. It was most of the time it was like more emerging and new artists that by
mhm.
putting them together
Yeah,
they are a
exactly.
big of a bigger thing, and then they don't really need to be the ones with 10,000 followers and 100,000 likes. It
Yeah,
just can be proper music because Eskimo or Moscowman or whoever that has a bit of a reputation chose a track
yeah.
to put in the spotlight. So it's yeah, it's definitely a
But
step
I'm the
ahead.
worst in the business point of view. I feel like I'm the worst because I don't care about. I never cared about names, for example, and this kind of stuff.
Mm,
I always cared about 100% the music. Naturally, it was easier when we had the scene and there was gigs and whatever money wise, and
yeah, of course.
you didn't
Yeah.
mind to invest a lot of. But I still do. I still feel I do the same things. I don't know. I feel like I have this kind of syndrome of me trying to, and the same thing with this show. Trying to like I didn't come from a difficult background, and but
Mm,
I always say that if I was born in London, I would be fucking, I don't know, the biggest names that you can imagine now. Because we're coming from a place that, even though now feels like the center of music and this kind of stuff, like Tel Aviv, but
yeah.
when we emerged, it was like nobody cared about who was, what's Tel Aviv and who is Moscow man and this kind of stuff. And like to get people to listen, to your music was so difficult. Was so difficult. And I have
Yeah.
the mails, I have the mailing list. I sent millions of mails. I'm not joking. I have maybe two, three people
Mhm.
answered, in this kind of vibes. And
I did.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And like it's
true. But
and
I
it's
still feel more excited about a really good song by somebody I have never heard than like
exactly.
getting getting like, I don't know, a Solomon track, and then it's not his best track, and then it's like, yeah, I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, maybe no. I would
Exactly, and
probably.
I'm
I'm
still
sorry.
in the same kind of vibe, you know.
Yeah,
Even
and it's
today, like I wish there was like one track. You know, I think in our case, I think it's Manpower that did the connection. No.
it's possible, in fact, because Manpower, that was also a pretty great story, but you probably know the story. But with his
Yeah.
secret,
Yeah, of course.
I don't know, artist in disguise, and I'm gonna do you a remix and then some originals, and yeah, it was really. But he also he had a bit of the advance that he really knew the world inside out because of his previous work as a music writer and reviewer.
Yeah.
He knew a bit how the game worked, but he never crossed or went to the producer side. And when he started off, and you as well, you picked the right labels, had the right connections, and then build everything else from there until you launched your very own label and went on to do even bigger things. So
Yeah.
that's a smart thing, and it's something because he wrote a long almost essay on Facebook a couple of weeks ago about how
Yeah.
he
Exactly.
started. But it's interesting for people to just like see what he has done, and maybe nowadays it's even harder than 5 or 8 years ago
Yeah.
to
Now nobody cares about mystery anymore. You know,
as well. Or
honestly, nobody cares. They want to.
the
They more care about names, numbers, and that
mm,
kind of stuff. You know. But
yeah,
still, good music is good music. Even
yeah,
Manpower, if it would release shitty music, it wouldn't be successful. You
yeah.
know, sorry, with all the respect. I
Yeah,
only
that's
always
true.
say in house music, there's no bluff. You know, there's no
Yeah,
bluff. It's only real. The good
true.
music is good music.
And
I've
it's also
never danced to bad music. You know, I've never played
true.
music that was bad. And I was like, wow, this is so good. I got so much hype from this, and it's shit. I don't care the name.
Yeah, I can
Oh,
I
let's
can relate to that.